Hey everybody, it's Sunday, and I have a cough, but that's okay because I got up this morning and I did something that I used to do all the time, and then I got really busy working as I got better, and I just haven't been doing it. But I used to always get up in the morning and go to the park by the house and walk, and it's so nice, and I would just walk. That's another way I got exercise. I would just go to the park, drive over. Once in a while I'd walk over and walk through the park. It's a really big park, and it has a stream that goes like two different directions, and like it's so cute. It has a little bridge, a couple, oh, two bridges over the stream and trees everywhere. And sometimes you see deer. Today's the second day this week. Well, it's Sunday, but the past few days I've seen this beaver. I think it's the same beaver. It's a fat thing. It's always running across when it sees me. People walk their dogs, and sometimes you see foxes. And anyway, it's like nature. I'm not like way out in the suburbs, but it's still a little bit city-ish, but it's nice just to be out there. And so that's something that I like to do to get exercise because I hate working out. But working out, getting some kind of exercise is really important to a lot of things. Obviously, physical fitness, but getting rid of stress, because stress, like really sustained, intense stress, is a trigger for autoimmune disease, and it can keep you sick. You have all those cortisol levels really high, and it makes you sick. And so a lot of us, most women, most people with scleroderma and other autoimmune diseases like lupus and others are women. And so there's definitely this hormonal connection. So we get, we're emotional, and we get, um, triggered by things, family and love relationships and everything. So it's important to manage stress, and getting exercise is the best way to do that, to kind of release all that stuff and get blood flowing. And then also exercise helps with getting more oxygen into the body, so that could help mental fog. That's another symptom. And you want to like manage your mental fog. So just getting mental clarity, getting rid of stress, sleeping better. It's good to get some kind of exercise. So if you're like in a severe situation where you can't move that much, I mean, every little bit helps, as long as you're moving something, as long as you're doing something, um, as you're able to, that's good, because it's tempting to just sit there. And I think that's like most of us Americans, we sit and, very sedentary. But if you're in a situation like this, it's really important to make excuses to move, even if it's just walking up and down the steps. Sometimes that's really challenging. It was for me. And I would just walk up and down the first three steps a few times, So getting exercise. But yeah, so I was walking around, and that was good for the day. I need to do more, like be consistent about it, you know, because I subscribe to this website called Jaya. I think that's how you pronounce it, GIAI. And they have like all these different routines you can do and other stuff on there, like spiritual stuff. But I've been doing yoga from that site, and it's, people talk about yoga. They're like, "Oh, yoga, it's wonderful. It'll change your life and all this stuff." I kind of hate yoga so much. It's hard. Yoga is hard. First of all, they don't tell you it's actually hard when you get started. You're not started doing all these fancy poses all over the place. You're like, my arms are going to fall off. I had tried hot yoga a few years ago. It wasn't for me. Yoga is, even though it's it's like stretching and everything. It's very intense. Like it really works your body. It really works your muscles. And when I was doing hot yoga, it was hard to, my arms have gotten so weak. You have to like hold yourself up and all this stuff, and you have to have flexibility, and it's really difficult. So I went to, they have these classes that are like open level, even if you're a beginner to advanced. That's not a thing. Okay. If you're a beginner, you need a beginner class where they talk to you like you're in first grade and they have to teach you everything, because I don't have um, a practice. I don't know what you're talking about. You know, I just, I need the foundational stuff. So in those classes where it's like, oh, everybody just come in and do whatever, there's no foundational work. Like these are the basic yoga poses, and then you build your practice on that. You could do whatever you want once you have the basics. So that was a little bit frustrating. I was just looking at her like, I don't know what you're talking about. But I got a Groupon and it was like 6 classes or something. So I had to use it. Well, no, I didn't continue. I think I did half. And then, you know, I don't know. I didn't finish it. Because I wanted a beginner class, because I would go there and it was like advanced, like it was like stuff that I just couldn't do. And they give you these blocks. If you don't have the flexibility, they give you blocks to put your hands on or your feet or whatever. And even for me, even the blocks didn't make it easier for me. So I like this Jaya because there's a yoga for beginners, and it really is the building blocks of yoga. I really like that class. It's hard. I haven't made it all the way through yet. I have gotten like 15 minutes in and I'm panting and I'm sweating and I'm like in pain already. But you feel like you end up feeling good, okay? You do feel good after or whatever. But going through it, I'm still pissed. I'm still like, why am I doing this? Why am I torturing myself like this? Like I don't like the like the actual going through it. I like the end part. I want somebody to come up with something where I could just get that end part without the torture. That would be good. But nobody's come up with that yet. They say you have to work for it and everything. So I'm gonna just get back to my Jaya yoga. But I love walking in the park. I just have to watch out for dogs. So people walk their dogs, and everybody thinks their dog is like the best dog in the world. And oh, it's so friendly. But why is your dog chasing me and barking? Okay, and why I gotta run down the road screaming so your dog won't bite me? That happened to me one time. One sunny Sunday like this, I was minding my business, walking in the park up the road, and this it was like a lab. And I should know better than to run from dogs, but the dog came barreling at me. And at first I was like, oh, the little doggy. But the closer it got to me, the harder it ran, and it was barking and everything. And I was like, oh my God, this dog's gonna kill me. And so I started running from the dog and I'm screaming my head off. And I actually ran up into the bushes. I'm so pissed. I'm still pissed about that. Ran up into the bushes, and the dog just, of course, just sat there looking at me. I was like, what happened to all the barking? What happened to that? Where's the teeth? I don't see the teeth. Why don't I see the teeth? And then the owner comes strolling along, like, oh, she won't bother you. She's bothering me though. Like, what do you mean? Like, she is currently bothering me. No, she's a sweetheart with teeth and everything, like barking at me. It was a very happy dog. But how am I supposed to know that? It seemed like it was, like when they're aggressive, they show their teeth and they're like all growling, and I don't know. I just didn't like the dog running at me. I don't know you like that. So that's the one thing with the park. But other than that, it's lovely. It's lovely. And so I want to recommend to you, like, just walk somewhere up and down the block, around the house. They say 30 minutes, but if you have like extreme fatigue and you have lung problems, you might not be able to. Um, they do that walking test, like the pulmonologist. They do that walking test where you walk. as fast as you can, but comfortably. And they like monitor. I have the pulse ox on when I do that. I haven't done that in a while. I haven't actually been to the pulmonologist in a while. I think I'm overdue. I think he's like, oh, she's fine. They don't even bother call me up to make sure I make an appointment. But I have an appointment now. When is that? Probably next month. Mm, yeah. So, but they make you walk like in a loop, and the person do they walk with you? I don't know. Maybe you've been through it, but like they do that to see how your activity is. And I guess because the last time I did it, I was fine. I wasn't like out of breath and struggling, and I could keep a certain pace. They're not worried about me anymore. So that's good. But yeah, exercise is key. And that's what I wanted to tell you guys this Sunday. I hope you're having a great Sunday. It's a doom day today, so I'm going to be walking some more. And yeah, so have a great day, and I'll see you again.